Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl Lily. So I know about little less than a month ago, Fitbit has just released a couple of new devices for being fit. So they introduced the Fitbit Ultra and the Fitbit Blaze. I chose the Blaze. Now, if you guys have watched any of my videos, the first Fitbit device that I have had was the Flex. I had this device for a little over a year. I liked the device. I used this to further my weight loss journey so it could keep track of things that I've done, like sleep and calories in and out and steps, etc. But I always was curious about getting something a little bit more eye-opening, that if that makes sense. So I like to do my research. I like to look at reviews. I like to see who actually brought the product that I actually know before I go out and spend my money, because I am not a millionaire. So when I first got this, I was like, oh wow, I actually moved this much. You know, this is pretty much a great eye opener. And then they did updates which made it better. And I was like, well, after about maybe like 6, maybe 8 months in, I'm like, I want something, that I could track my heart rate. I've done, the chest ones, and they felt uncomfortable because I have big boobs. So I was like, I want to do something with with a heart rate. And there's so many options out there, but I've come across people that have used Fitbit. So I was like, you know what? Since I know a lot of people that have the Fitbit, why don't I just stick with the Fitbit? So I tried to look for the charge and the surge. But as I've been reading reviews, not only from YouTube itself, but on Fitbit's Facebook page, I had people review it, and people always complain that it would stop charging, that the wrists will start falling apart, and that there were so many complaints. And I'm just like, well, I don't know if I want to really sink my money into that. And I have the same complaint, and it's not like people haven't warned me. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should wait and figure out something. And then they came out with the commercial for the Blaze, and I'm like, okay, well, it has a heart rate, it looks great, and it sounds a lot better than the Ultra that they were advertising, because it looked a little, I would say it looks like an updated version of this. But I'm like, I want something with a heart rate. I want to see how hard I'm working during my workouts, because when you do a workout and a workout video and then you put your weight in, and if you haven't done it for a while, it does something like estimate how many calories you're doing. And I want an actual reading. So when I went out to see my father for his birthday, I decided to get one of these, because in my town it takes a while to get certain products out there, and if you don't live in a Grist neighborhood and you can get stuff delivered to your door, then like me, you're kind of limited to what the store has. So I was like, you know what, I'm in Philly, so why don't I get this? This is a great product. I like this product. It is $1.99. I like the design because it's a watch. It has the watch-like band. It's very comfortable, easy to clean off. I kind of need to clean mine off. As you can see, the blinking things behind it, that is where it does your heart rate on your wrist. They always say to have at least a little bit loose. You could put one finger under it. You don't want it too tight, because if you have it too tight, then you get that nasty outline on your wrist, and it can itch, and it just looks ratchet. So we're just not going to do that. Another thing is, I like that it has a clock, as you can see here. So I was like, oh, okay, because there's sometimes I'm out here, and sometimes you don't want to always whip out your phone and see what time it is. So I like that it has the clock face here. It also has an option where you can, when you flip your wrist over, you can see what time it is. I decided to turn that off because I'm not that obsessed with time. You also have the option of doing what I'm doing and simply clicking the button. They also have different designs, I think about 3 more than what I have presented on mine to show the time. I also have it in military time too. Ever since I started working, I've been used to military time, so that's what I have mine set up. You can also have it at regular time if that helps you out. Anyway, I also like the features on this. Not only does it read your heart rate, but as you scan over to the side, it also shows things like your steps, your heartburn, your heart beats per minute, the miles you have, the calories you burn, and your steps. Usually you would have to go on to your Fitbit app to see what you have done, and you would have to sync it. That's the only thing that with this, the only things that would show on this is if you tap on it and you would have the 4 little circles blink, and the only way that you would know what you have done so far is to sync it into your Fitbit. This, all I have to do is go to the today and simply tap on it and see how many steps I've done. I like that. Also, what I like of that is a major difference between the Fitbit Flex and the Blaze is that sometimes you're like, I don't know when's the last time I charged this. So what's also pretty cool about this is that it has the battery. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. The battery, how much batteries that you use, because you always like, I don't know when I charge this, or you would be out and about. And another reason why I hurried up and grabbed this is that you would get an email saying, oh, you're down to 20%. And I'm like, I thought I charged this, because you're busy and you always have stuff on your mind. So the last thing you think about is, when's the last time I charged this damn thing? Even though it has, like it says, like other Fitbit devices, it would charge up to 5 days. But I do like that I can see how far my battery is being used. So I know whether I get home from work, or if I'm sitting chilling around for like an hour or two, playing a game, I can sit there and charge it. To charge this device, you would have to actually take this out, and it has a little case that you put it in, kind of shaped like this without the wristbands, and you would put it into a USB port and charge it. People don't like that, but you know what? Like, what do you want to charge by wearing it on your arm? Come on, people. Now, another thing people didn't like, that it was waterproof. Unless you are in a lot of water sports, then that should not bother you. And people were like, oh, you can't wear it in the shower. Well, so what? I don't like to wear stuff in the shower. How does it look like you have all this clean and then you have this dirty? I always, even though they said the Flex that it was waterproof, I never decided to take a leap and see that logic. I always like to take my watch, earrings, necklaces off. So another great thing is that you can also take these bands off, and they're interchangeable. I'm not really into that because I found my favorite color, which is purple. So I'm good. So anyway, also what else it has is, as you flip off to the side, it has today, it has to exercise. We're going to stop there. Exercises. I like that. Now, you can go through the site and you could go through the settings, and it could tell you about 7 different options that you want to show up on your watch that you can set when you start exercising. These are just a few things I have in mind. So for exercising, I have things like run. I don't really run. I'm big. But I also have, if I use the bike, if I exercise with weights, do the treadmill, the elliptical, a simple workout, or walk. Now, what's pretty cool about this is that when you start doing a workout, if it recognizes what you're doing, it automatically starts timing what you're doing. You can also manually do it here. Like say, I want to take a walk. You can just swipe over to walk, tap on it, and you can connect it to your phone to start. So, even I thought it was pretty cool is when I started walking in Philadelphia, and after I synced everything, it automatically times how long I've been walking, and how far I've been walking and how many calories I burned and my heart rate during the time that I've been doing it. And I thought that was pretty cool. Really eye-opener about how your body kind of works. And I like that when I did that, I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. So another thing is that they also added in here was an app called Fitstar. Now, I barely tried Fitstar. I'm not even gonna front. I tried Fitstar. It was pretty cool. It had a few exercises or whatnot. I like to expand my options during working out because you don't want your body to get used to the same things because you will hit a plateau. So what they did is that they merged with Fitstar and they put a few other popular apps workouts in the watch. And you could sync it up to your phone and you could listen to how the workouts are. And they also have, like, say 10-minute ads. They have an overview of what workouts that you can do, and then gives you a notification when you need to do the next one, and a nice little visual. I thought that was pretty cool, especially if you're out and you want to do something like a little workout. You have like a little bit of workout on your watch, and I thought that was pretty cool. So another thing that they also have is a timer and the silent alarm that they do with the other Fitbit products. I'm a heavy sleeper, so the silent alarm doesn't really work out for me unless I'm taking a nap. So I need something loud as hell, so I use my phone. So that really didn't bother me as much. So that's what is on this device. And then it has your settings, if you want to keep it how bright, if you want your heart rate to be, automated, or just simple things to make the greatest use out of the device in your state. So I really enjoy this product. From the Flex, it's a hell of an eye opener. It's a great upgrade, especially if you're looking for something with a heart rate. And that's something that when you use programs and they have like a fit test, they always want to know your heart rate and things like that. And I didn't have that. And then the chest thing, for me, it wasn't really great for me. So I thought that this was a great option. If you're looking for a product with a heart rate monitor, and if you want to keep going with the Fitbit brand, then this is great. I'm grateful that I didn't go out and buy the Surge and the HR because I heard too many complaints, too many returns, too many of this, too many of that. And I am very impressed with this product. And I hope to get the greatest use out of this as possible. It's a really great thing to get, especially if you have a fitness nut or just something to start out with. If you're starting out with, people suggested that I try the Flex, and I really like the Flex, but I decided to upgrade to something with a heart rate monitor, and everything that is in the Flex and everything is in the app as well. I'm going to load up the app for you guys real quick if you have never used Fitbit. The Fitbit app looks like this. Also, when you click into it, it shows you your heart rate. Well, obviously it's not going to show it now because I don't have it on. It shows your steps, your miles, your calories, the floors that you climb. It tracks your workouts, your sleep, and how hard you've been active. So I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I'm gonna give you guys something else. I usually don't count walking as exercise because I don't have a car, and how else am I going to get there? I can't freaking teleport over there. So I was shocked that it can record how much I've walked, and I'm like, oh snap! So for that 16 minutes I've walked, I burned 125 calories, and my average heart rate while I was doing that was 116 beats per minute. I'm like, wow. I really didn't think of that as an exercise because, I have to go get her. I have to go get my kid, so it's like something that you have to do. But I also thought it was pretty cool that it records something like that because I don't usually record walk. I usually record my workouts. And that's something that I've always questioned, like, how many calories am I burning? Am I working hard? And what's pretty cool about this is that when you do your workouts, when you do certain workouts, your heart beats more, you're moving around, you're sweating, you're out of breath, and it also shows you what was they considered cardio and what they considered fat burn. And I was like, this is great. I really like this product. If don't agree with me, feel free to drop a comment below. But
Na na na.